Welcome. I'm so excited to be here. 100 Days Unleashing My Superpowers campaign. 40 women across the globe sharing their stories, how they've navigated the male dominated work environment. Today, I have a phenomenal sister, a friend all the way from Canada, Grace Dimion. Grace is a qualified professional in the investment bank. She has spent many years in asset management and investment advisory. She is currently working for Greyhawk as a partner, and she has strong ties and roots in Quebec. Grace is also a board member with lots of experience also in the NGO or non-profit organizations. Today she's going to share with us her epiphany moment. How many of you leaders know how to unleash the superpowers of your teams? Grace's epiphany moment is going to show you exactly how real leaders unleash their superpowers of their teams. Thank you. So what do you think are some of the barriers to career advancement for women in your experience? What do you think are some of the barriers? Like you can name 3 or so.
It's when we have a family, it's whether we like it or not, a lot of the responsibilities fall back to us. And in previous years, the week was really Monday to Friday, and you had to be at your desk, and you had to. So over the years, this has changed.
Yeah.
But what I have found, and I'm not saying not to have a family, because for me, it's been one of the most beautiful things in my life. My 2 sons are my pride and joy. But I think that it gives. It's very difficult for us to juggle the response. Like there's a family responsibility, and whether we like it or not, a lot, especially when they're younger, a lot of that comes back to us.
Do you have any leadership regrets that you would warn others, like leadership lessons?
It's that I wasn't willing to be very mobile for career opportunities.
Okay.
Today I'm divorced, but at the time I was married, and so I made a lot of sacrifices for my husband's at the time for his career. If you're a woman and you've studied and you have goals, well, you should think of yourself, because if that's important to you.
Do you have like any specific turning point that you think, you know what, this was a breakthrough in my career, in my profession, like an epiphany moment?
I was very, very shy as a child.
Really?
Very shy. So when it was time to go up and have the, to have your oral presentation, I think I would be stressed for weeks in advance, and I would always wait to be the last person to be asked, and I would never raise my hand to go. I was petrified, like just so shy, very, very shy. And then I began working. I had an epiphany moment. It was with my boss. So we were sitting in a conference room. We were about 15 people, and we were talking about economy. I was on the fixed income team, but it's always my boss who would speak. And I would hide behind him. And one day, one of the partners said, well, Grace, what is your opinion on XYZ? And I thought I was going to faint right there.
I can imagine.
And I gave my opinion and they asked me questions and I answered. And I realized that I was very comfortable
And
because
you didn't die.
no, I didn't die. And I was very comfortable. And it was a subject that I knew very well and I felt very comfortable with. So I think the epiphany moment was having a voice, to be
Yes.
able to speak, to be able to contribute, and to feel empowered by that versus
Yes.
feeling petrified.
Yeah.
So I think that for me was really the epiphany moment where I actually began to enjoy to contribute verbally, not only by doing reports and by doing my work, but actually uh, contributing to a team,
Contributing.
being part of a team, and to have your opinion being valued.
Yeah.
So that was a big turning point for
Oh.
as a person and also career wise.
If you were to run into your inner self, what is the one thing you will teach them that could exponentially change their career forever?
To be open to opportunities and not to put not to have any mental barriers, because as women, I think that's coming back to your question as what are the barriers. I think that one of the barriers is ourselves, because as women, we don't really present ourselves for things that we think that we are not ready for. But we should not do that, because we have to be open to what life presents itself. And I think that I would tell myself to go for things that you're not ready for, because you are, if you're thinking about it and that's in the back of your mind.
Yes.
And if you're not ready for it, you will learn along the way.
Absolutely. What are some of the strategies for me to succeed in a male dominated work environment? Like, if you had to give me three, what would those be?
Don't never to forget that you're equal. You're equal. You have knowledge to bring to the table, and you have your work that you're working on. You're as competent as the male person in front of you. I think what my mentors have always told me is to never ever be feel that you cannot speak to somebody because you think that they are so much on the hierarchy level, that they're so much higher than you.
Yeah.
Uh, don't be afraid to reach out and to speak to people, and never ever ever forget that you've gone through the same training, you have the same knowledge, and within your field you're equal. So you never forget that.
It's just been so amazing. Really, thank you. Thank you
Actually,
so much.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Really, I feel
Thank you.
privileged to have been asked, and I'm very, very happy to have spent this time with you and to be a part of the Legacy Project. I'm very privileged to have been asked to participate. It's been very enriching for me. Thank you for the questions, because we don't take the time to reflect
Yes.
on our career and what we've done.
Yes.
And by reading through the question and taking the time to reflect has been very enriching for me as well. So thank
Thank
you.
you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.